Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Tonic podcast. This is just a short catching up episode. I'm one of the co-hosts, Drew. And today we're going to be talking about something kind of fun, something kind of different. There's actually been a video released by the Pentagon that is showing unidentified aerial phenomenon, as they're putting it. And it made a little bit of buzz in news recently, about a few days ago, because BBC and New York Times are reporting that the Pentagon basically released a UFO video, but that it's not really super alarming, and for those that are enthusiasts, it's not really anything new. I just wanted to cover a little bit because, one, it's different from the coronavirus pandemic. It's a little interesting and a little fringe, but kind of something fun to touch on. And hell, even Trump said the video of the UFO is a hell of a video. So if the president's talking about it, obviously must be a little interesting. So the actual video was released by the Pentagon officially recently, but I think the video itself has been circulating for a few years, since about 2017. It just wasn't officially confirmed by the Pentagon as legitimate until now. But it shows what they call an unidentified aerial phenomena, and it's basically this tracking system. It's just like a tracking video that they used in I think it's Navy pilots, and they're tracking this UFO, I guess, and it's moving very quickly. Let's see. One of the pilots who saw unidentified objects in 2004 told CNN that as I got close to it, it rapidly accelerated to the south. It disappeared in less than 2 seconds. And that's a retired U.S. Navy pilot, David Fravor. Joe Rogan has had on a few of these pilots that have seen UFOs, and that's the really interesting thing to me, right? Because look, we've all heard about it. We all know the Hollywood little green men. We've all heard of those stupid History Channel shows where they say Hitler created the pyramids to contact UFOs. All that ridiculous nonsense. I don't really buy much of that. It's fun to think about. Watching Ancient Aliens with your friends at 1 a.m. is definitely goofy and fun. But as far as if we actually wanted to think about what is this phenomenon, because again, UFOs are just unidentified flying objects, or what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomenon, right? We don't know if it's aliens or little green men. We just know that it's something flying that we can see and track with our systems, and we don't really know what it is. The sources I trust are like this: are guys that are in the military, pilots, aviators, guys that have credibility in their field and an understanding of our limitations as far as technology and our understanding of flight mechanics, right? It's these guys when they say, holy cow, this thing is hauling ass, then that makes my ears perk up a little bit, because again, I don't really buy the whole History Channel Ancient Aliens thing. I don't think, or especially if you really go really far down that fringe rabbit hole, there's people that think aliens are in our government. Nah. We're not talking about that. But it is interesting that the Pentagon officially released. Now, here's a theory, right? Here's an interesting theory that kind of makes it a little less exciting, unfortunately. Is the theory is that the Pentagon released this recently is because now that the technology used for the tracking systems, and perhaps what is guessed as the drone technology that is the UFO in the video, at the time in 2017 it wasn't really fully understood by the public, or perhaps the U.S. didn't want others to know about the technology they were using. And now, maybe 3 years later, it's not a big worry, right? Usually the Pentagon, when it's doesn't want to release something, it's because they don't want to release sensitive information. If they find that a video of a pilot capturing a UFO on footage is not that sensitive, then it tells me they probably understand that this was maybe a drone that they were testing that got caught by someone else in a different branch, right? Again, like a lot of bureaucracies in the United States, it's not like it's all one big thing. It's not like there's just one military that's in contact with each other all the time. It could have been something from one branch of the military testing, and someone from the other branch of the military, a Navy pilot, caught it, right? And so at the time, there was, hey, this is sensitive material. We haven't fully tested this. A few years down the road, okay, we this technology is kind of understood, people know about it around the world. It's not really sensitive information. We can release this video, even and people take it as a UFO. So I'm just trying to be a little bit of a skeptic here too, right? It seems like the Pentagon is not like super worried about the release of this video, obviously because they released it. And then we do know that the Pentagon has admitted to, at various points in U.S. history in the last 100 years, they have taken time to really study the possibility of UFOs and what they've done. Harry Reid from Nevada, he was big on kind of promoting these programs. And I guess the Pentagon was part of a classified program between 2007 and 2012 looking into the UFO phenomenon. But again, according to the Pentagon, they assessed that there were higher priorities that needed funding after 2012. So does it look like the Pentagon is gearing up for the War of the Worlds? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't think we have anything to really worry about. But it was definitely interesting to see them release a video. And again, it perks my ears when I hear, real pilots, trained military. They're the ones that are like, wow, how is this moving at this speed? Wow, how we don't have technology like this. And there have definitely been pilots to say they've seen stuff that is unexplainable. Certainly interesting and fascinating. A little bit different from the regular news story, right? It's definitely weird to see CNN and New York Times talking to say, Trump watches newly released UFO footage. Almost seems like we're in a alternate reality, a timeline. But once you get past the headline, it seems like there's not too much new or crazy. I mean, you can also watch the video, right? It's a released video. Watch the video. It's basically just this like black and white, I don't know if it's infrared tracking system, and it just kind of follows this blob. Now it does look like that blob is moving, but again, I'm not an expert in aviation, so I can't really comment on if this is abnormal or not. The guys in the video certainly seem relaxed. They talk about, the one guy's basically happy that he was able to get the targeting system on it because it looks like it was moving really fast across the screen, and you can see them trying to get onto it, and then it like locks on. And I think when he locks on, he starts yelling like, "Woo, dude, I got it. I locked on." And then they go, they talk a little bit about what's moving, but they don't seem scared or frightened or anything. I think they're just doing the job and excited that they're able to do it. Yeah, very fascinating, very fascinating. I always kind of liked the idea of UFOs. I thought it was a fun topic, right? Again, I'm not out here making crop circles or anything. I always did think it was kind of fun to think about the possibility of life outside the Earth, capabilities of space travel, or the limitations, more like. Fun topic. Definitely something that I like to keep an eye on from the sidelines, I guess. Well, let me know what you think. Have you followed the Pentagon as regards to the UFO programs in the United States? Whether they're defunct now or still active? Is this a topic that you care about? Are you at all interested in aliens? Or do you merely think that this is probably, and more likely, drone technology that we've been testing that is now maybe not so sensitive and they are able to share it with the world, and they just still call it unidentified aerial phenomenon? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts. Are we about to enter into Mel Gibson's Signs 2? Let me know in the comments below. We do have a special guest coming up this weekend, so please stay tuned for that. It should be very fascinating. This is a guy that's worked with major administrations that we're very excited to talk to and kind of pick his brain. So definitely stay tuned for that, and we will have more Tonic Accord episodes coming up. Thank you again.